Welcome back all. We have seen many things happen over the last couple of months since the USA 2020 elections. Now the Democrats are in charge of the House, the Senate and the Oval Office. So what are their agenda for the Biden 4 years in the office? But the first things first. An informant sent me information that could bury Donald J. Trump in a federal penitentiary for a long time. But let us hear what my informant has to say.
Donald J. Trump is into real estate and hotels, and this we all know. But before he hit it big, he visited South Africa to learn more about the hotel industry, and this is where he made his fatal mistake. In trying to expand his hotel business, he came to an internationally known hotel to learn from one of the best in the industry, the late Mr. Sol Kesner. This happened in the late 80s and Sol was very willing to teach Donald. Because Sol wanted to expand his own influence on the international arena, the sharing of knowledge and building of networks was at the foremost purpose of helping Donald with his own ventures. But one thing that became apparent later on was that Sol was very suspicious of every person he came into contact with. This was also the early days of video cameras, and Sol had all his potential partners and competition videoed. Donald spent more than a week with Sol at his recently launched hotel in Pilanesberg, one of the first legal gambling establishments in South Africa. Since his father's empire was in dire straits, Donald wanted to get pointers from one of the best. During the time in the company of Mr. Kesner, Donald learned a lot and enjoyed the lavishness of the South African business tycoon. Donald stayed in one of the executive suites of the hotel. The parties were wild during the evenings and the entertainment lavish, and in some cases illegal by any standard. In this way, Sol managed to get potential partners and competitors in compromising positions that he would keep for a long time afterwards. One thing that very few seemed to have know about was that all the executive suites were wired for video and audio, and this would give Sol some leverage should he have needed it at a later time. Now this is where it becomes interesting. Mr. Kesner held a safety deposit box in one of the large South African banks in Johannesburg, where many of these magnetic videotapes were kept. When the specific branch moved location, all the safety deposit box holders were contacted to inform them about the move. Unfortunately, nobody could be reached for a couple of the boxes that were to be moved to the new venue. Management decided to try all avenues to reach the box holders, and there were about 6 of the boxes where the box holders were deceased with no known next of kin. Most these boxes were paid up to the early 90s, so they were moved with their content to the new location, and the legal department kept on attempting to make contact with the estate attorneys of these box holders. But there were also a couple of deposit boxes that were held where no linked accounts could be found, and the details on the safety box registration forms were vastly out of date, and the contact numbers for the holders did not exist anymore. So under the observation of the legal department, these boxes were opened and their content investigated. In one of these deposit boxes were 4 videotapes. These were meant to be destroyed by the legal department, but one of the employees decided he would take them home and see what was on them before destroying them. What the employee found was that these videos contained video of high-value international individuals that could be used for extortion at the highest level. The employee decided to hang on to these videos and declared them destroyed. After many years, the employee retired and eventually passed the videos on to another individual before he passed on. In recent years, the second custodian passed these videos to me, and I needed to know what was on them. So I found an old camera that used these video cassettes to view them. I was totally shocked by what I saw. All these individuals were supposed to be behind bars for what I saw. Okay, so a couple of these individuals met their makers since these videos were made, but one of the current big names on one of the videos are Donald J. Trump. I did not want to expose the videos while Trump was still in office, since the might of the USA government would have come down on me. But now that he left office, I felt it was time to help to put Donald Trump behind bars for the rest of his natural life. But what is on the video, you might ask? I am only going to say it future Donald J. Trump and a then 13 or 14-year-old local lady. I tried to find information about the then young lady, but with no success so far. I am willing to sell this video to somebody that would like to bury Donald Trump forever. I will be in contact with more details about the video in the near future on how it will be sold. Battlebob, I need to know that this information would be distributed to the world, but my personal details need to stay confidential. I will be in contact soon and find attached a short clip from the video so that you know that I am not pulling your chain.
So there is a video out there in the world that can destroy Trump totally and prevent him from ever be part of the government again. The small part that this person sent me clearly identify a younger Trump, and in the background a very young female in her underwear is clearly visible. Unfortunately, the clip is too explicit to place on YouTube for any person to view. And they say Epstein had skeletons in his closet. But you need to subscribe and click the notification to get an update on the Trump saga. The informant have also informed me that he or she will be in contact 1 week after I posted this video. But you be the judge.